All right, today we're going to be talking a little bit about the airplane stretch. It's a stretch, but it's also kind of an activation, mobility type drill for your hips. You need your inner thighs here, inner hips, and your outer hips as we go through this movement. A couple of things to really notate as you dig into this stretch slash activation exercise. You want to keep your spine nice and straight as you go through this. So your core is strong and engaged, and your shoulders are lining up with your hips through the entire movement. We're going to be doing some twisting, and we want to avoid our chest opening up without our hips opening with it. We want those two things to move together as we move our body, because again, we're working on opening up our hips here, not stretching through our spine or doing any of those types of things. So to get into this exercise, you're going to want something in front of you just for balance. You can use a wall, you can use a chair, you can use a dresser, a countertop, just something for balance. As you get better and better at this movement, it is a good idea to try to take that balance piece out of the equation. Have it there still, but only use it as much as you actually need to use it. And this is going to make this exercise even more beneficial to you. Okay, so we're going to start out standing in front of the whatever our balance piece is, and don't touch that balance piece yet. I want you to get your balance on your own and only use that piece of furniture when you need it. So we're going to get our balance on one foot here, stand nice and tall, core is strong and engaged, shoulders are down and back, good posture. We're going to start hinging over at our hips, pressing that back foot out behind us. All right. Now, whenever you need that balance piece, go ahead and grab onto it. Core is strong and stable. Everything is lined up. Now, we're going to open up at our shoulders and our hips here toward the front of the room, like an airplane, right? So hips and shoulders are opening up together as one. I'm not here opening up my chest by itself, leaving my hips behind. I'm bringing my hips with it, really trying to get as much movement through this area as possible, all right? And then I'm going to switch to the other side. So bringing them down together, and I'm going to open up on the other side. Really trying to open my hips and my chest as much as I can here, keeping the two lined up. And we're just going to go back and forth at whatever pace is comfortable for you as you go through this movement. The focus here, as we're shifted to the back side, to the side I was just at, is going to be this outer portion of your hips. You should feel a nice stretch and a nice activation as you go into that outer portion. And then when you're in this front, more open position, you're going to feel this more here in this inner area. So to show you from a different direction, from the other side, that same movement, we're going to be here on that one foot, hinged over, opening up, everything opening together, really focused on opening my hips, stabilizing through my standing leg. All right, and now I'm going to twist through to the other side. So getting that good shift here. Again, I'm not really trying to open my chest up huge. I'm keeping my chest, my shoulders squared up with my hips, focused on this area here, stretching and activating, and then I'm going to bring it back through. Open it up, open those hips up towards that back wall, and other direction. All right, now you can do this exercise in multiple different ways. You can use this as a warm-up before you get into your workout, really warm all of those muscles up that don't necessarily get hit quite as much through normal exercises that we do regularly, like your squats and your deadlifts and all of that. It's really digging into some extra muscles there. You can use it as part of your warm-up, do a set of 4 to 5 on each side. You can use it as an exercise. You can do 3 rounds of 10 reps on each side. You can really use this movement however works best for you and whatever your goals are, and also like just depending on your hip tightness and or your hip strength, right? So if you're really feeling this more on one side, going in one direction, then in the other, pay attention to these things. Listen to what your body is telling you as you go through. And just because it's hard to begin with, doesn't mean that you should stop doing it. things that are hard when we first start doing them, everything's going to be hard when you first start doing it, right? Because it's new. It requires that practice in order to get better at it. So if you're not getting a ton of movement, don't get down on yourself. Just keep practicing. Keep practicing. The more you practice, the more the better your movement will become. The more range of motion you'll have, the less pain you'll have, and that equates down to more range of motion in your standard exercises that you're doing on a regular basis and in your day-to-day life. So use this exercise however feels good to you, whether it be in one set of 4 to 5 reps or 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Pay attention to what your body is telling you as you go through. If you feel any sharp pains, anything like that, you might want to talk to me about that. Maybe reach out, talk about that issue. Definitely do not continue if you're feeling some sharp pain shooting down your leg, anything like that. We would just want this to be a good stretch and a good activation. If it feels like it's more than that, for sure, reach out to me. And if you got value out of this video, I would love to know. If you have questions about this exercise or any other exercises, or looking to build a program, looking to get a program built that you can do on your own, that's what I'm here for. Drop me a comment below, and I love talking to you guys. All right, have a good one.